Hello everybody and welcome back to Sky Saga Alpha 9. We're over here in the city of First Light and it's time for some more building. So today's episode I thought we would do something a little bit different. Now I've been looking at this shop for quite a while now and I love it, but there is one thing about it that really kind of gets to me here, and that's that standing on these pressure plates does absolutely nothing. There's a door here, there is Lumo turrets, dart turrets around absolutely everywhere, and yet standing on these pressure plates does nothing. It's just absolutely nothing to any of these Lumo devices that are around here. We don't even seem to see any things connected together or anything like that. Like I said, there's also a door here, and we could use that for so many awesome little things. So I've decided to take matters into my own hands. I am going to rebuild this entire shop, probably in a blueprint, and then we'll place it down on my home island. And we're going to hook some of this stuff up. We're actually going to connect this Lumo stone together and have something interesting take place, because I feel like that is something that we really do need to do. I am going to try, first and foremost, only using the Lumo stone that exists, and see if we can get some kind of interesting puzzle element happening. It is very likely that we're not going to be able to get that to happen, but it is something that I do want to try. Now, of course, the first things first, kind of accidentally, well, kind of didn't really mean to jump my way up here, but I have managed to jump my way up here, which is kind of cool. So yeah, first things first, I need to take some measurements and a lot of reference photos. Now, the reason we're in here on this one, and we're talking about this now, and why we're taking reference photos, is that this guy has about 3 different versions of the shop, and some of them don't have the 4 pressure plates in them. Some of them have 3 pressure plates, which is those 2, and a pressure plate down where that end gate is. This one has the 4, which is 1 here and 3 along the back. And then there's another one that only has 1 pressure plate that I personally haven't seen, but I have been told does exist. So we want to try and avoid getting that one if at all possible. So yeah, we're here and we're going to take lots of reference photos so that I know that when I rebuild this thing that it actually looks right and it makes sense. And yeah, we're actually going to be able to rebuild it correctly. And that was a fail. I managed to not land on top of the large shield lamp over there. But yeah, so here we go. This is today's project. We're going to build this guy up. We're going to add some little puzzle elements to it. And then we'll probably move on and do some other cool stuff with Lumo Stone, because I'm just in a very Lumo Stone type of mood today. So we'll see how much of that we can get done. And here we go. This is the start of the shop. So this is basically the wooden outline and frame of everything. I really didn't want to try and put too much more down in here because the submission price is already at 22 and I've only currently got 30 marks to my name. So I kind of need to keep this a little bit shorter and sweeter. I might even end up taking these guys back out of the top here just because it's going to drop the submission price back down again. So yeah, I came into here to try and flesh this out without having to have all of the materials. And I also thought that I could get fabric bales here, which would have made the floor up down the bottom, but I can't, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to go with this rather simple structure, realistically, for being the blueprint. So I'm going to take these guys back down to reduce the submission price, and it is going to look kind of silly as a blueprint, but that's okay. We're going to set this up, and then when we place it down on my home island, I'll add the shelves and other bits and pieces that we need along the back edge and along the side here. So that's the other thing I've done, is I've actually gone through and bought up all of the decor items that I need, because most of them are actually on sale. So we needed these guys up above, actually. We needed those before we could get going. And I also needed a few other pieces around the place, such as the shelves and yeah, there we go, shelves back here. Such as the shelves and a few other bits and pieces. So I went through and bought all of those from the traders in the city. Didn't actually go through the Amber Trader. I went through and did that all through the actual recipe trader, because I had most of what I needed pretty quickly and easily there. So anyway, like I said, this is the blueprint. I'm going to go ahead and take those back out and publish this thing. But the very next thing we're going to do, we're not actually going to go and put this down. I have just got the treasured keystone, so we're actually going to go out and do the treasured adventure in this episode, because there are some really cool things in there apparently that I really want to get my hands on. And it's not really an adventure because there's not lots of bad guys or anything, or mobs or anything like that out there. So we're going to head off into that adventure and we're going to see what we can find. And yeah, do this as, it's basically a settler's adventure, realistically. because it is all about gathering those resources. So let's do that. I'll see you over in the Treasured Adventure. Alright, so it is time to run through and do the Treasured Keystone. And from what I've heard, there are some changes to the Treasured Keystone this time in that you can pick up pretty much anything and everything that is there. So to help us out and to hopefully get a bit more stuff, I've got Ilicycle with me here. So how's it going, man?
Good. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad at all. So we're going to go ahead and run through this Treasured Keystone. Hopefully we can pick up some really good stuff out of all of this. So yeah, we'll see you over at the island. Okay, so here we are in world, and the first thing I see is the Fractured Flightmaster Furnace? What is this? Can I fly with this thing? Oh, I can fly with this thing! Oh, that is awesome! Oh, that's gonna come in so handy. Now, to start with, I just want to quickly show you guys what I put in my rucksack. In my rucksack, I've literally just got a pickaxe and some grass because I didn't realize I was going to be able to fly here. Like, this is awesome. This is so cool. Also, as you can see, I can pick up any of these things that I really want to pick up. So we can grab as much stuff as we want, although I think the coloring scheme that we've got isn't quite favorable. I mean, brown is not the best color for all of the decor around here, but oh well, that's something we're going to have to live with, I guess. Alright, let's take a look at what we got out of that one. We've got a dungeon key and a town title deed. Very nice. So we can't pick that guy up, so let's try heading on down over to the next section. Now, this doesn't seem to have changed too much from the last couple of alphas, but it seems as though the chest rewards are different and better, probably. Because dungeon keys never used to be a thing you could get out of one of these islands. Also, they've kind of changed some of the decor around here. You're saying?
Yeah, I got a homestead island title.
Nice.
And John seen in any of the previous alphas before, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely going to have to come back to some of these places and dig up some of the stuff, like the yellow stone that's over there, because yellow stone's kind of rare, although I think they sell it in the shops every now and again.
Yep,
why am I walking?
A couple stacks of it.
I just realized I was walking. That was silly.
It looks so weird to see you just scooping up all of the coins on the ground like a vacuum.
I'm just making sure that I'm not like running out of anything, because of course it is a Fractured Flightmaster's helmet, so it's like, backpack, so it's like, what? Nice, so it seems like title deeds are what we're getting out of this mostly.
Yeah, let's see, 3 homestead island titles.
Really? I've got a town, a homestead, and a fort so far.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, I am not complaining about that at all. Oh, I'm missing coins. Let's fly through the actual way we're supposed to go through. I actually want to go out to third-person mode. This thing, it looks like an Iron Man rocket booster. It's amazing. I don't ever want to take this off. Like,
Have you tried fighting in third person?
I did actually. I tried fighting in third person in this week's questing episode. I did not like it at all. It does not agree with me. I get like really confused about where I'm aiming at things.
Yep, and my game crashed.
Don't
worry, I'll be back in pretty soon.
Okay. I'm just gonna like fly around to some of these other buildings over here and see if I can find one of the things I was actually looking for. Because apparently you can pick up chests, the like lumberjack crates and things.
Oh yeah, those?
Yeah. So I'm really keen to see if I can find a couple of those to pick up. Ooh. There's a time lock amber coming out of a chest from a floating island, which is interesting because in the past, the floating islands really haven't had a lot in them. So it's good to see that
Yeah,
they've actually brought those back.
Some of them were pretty lame in the previous alpha.
Oh, absolutely. But it seems like they're definitely worth doing now. Oh, and I'm getting stuck.
And I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, we got, oh, more forest gear fraction stuff this time, and blood iron weights, nice. Alright, heading on down further.
Are you going to want some of this yellow, some of the sunstone?
I'm probably going to come back and grab that after I've finished, like, flying around and finding out what else is around the place. Like I said, I'm trying to find these lumberjack chests and things, but they're not as common as I was hoping they would be around here. I mean, so far I found lots of big double chests. Not that I'm complaining about finding lots of big double chests. That's actually quite awesome. But yeah, I was really hoping for a few more because I've obviously got the one that you start with on your home island. I was really hoping to find another couple.
So you also know that you can climb chains now, correct?
Yeah, you can. Oh man, this flying pack makes life so much easier.
Yes, they do.
I'm still looking for good pieces of decor that I can pick up and take with me. Like these chairs. These chairs are quite nice. And that table. I mean, the problem is everything is brown, but, you know. Actually, that's not too much of a problem because I am working on the wastelands right now, so brown things aren't necessarily a bad thing.
So how's that wasteland coming along?
It's come along pretty well, actually. I mean, I'm taking a bit of a break from it this week, just because there's a few like recipes and things that I'm trying to get my hands on before going back to it. But yeah, other than that,
like
it's going
what?
pretty well. There are some of the like animal skulls and things that I want to try and get recipes for or buy more of so that I can add them to the wastelands, because I'm currently working on a little boneyard type thing. So there's like ancient skull A and B and C that I need to get my hands on a few more of. Nice, these chests are giving like pretty damn good rewards. And flying around in this pack is just awesome. Like, this is just amazing.
Gonna admit, kinda jealous. Oh, you can pick up the candles and there's those egg cluster things too.
Oh, you can pick the egg clusters up? Nice, I need some of those. That is actually great. Those are gonna come in really, really handy for the stuff I'm doing.
I see one over here next to me.
Cool, I will come and grab that in just half a second. I'm also picking up the vents too, the little like hive vent things, because that's going to work out nicely too. Just the amount of awesome decor that's around here that I can pick up is that's just great. I'm definitely going to need to port home and port back again in a second though. I am starting to get a little full in my inventory right now, so.
Yeah, I'll pick up these egg clusters. You can just take them off of.
Yeah, I can give you build rights when we get back and you can drop them.
Cool.
I'm gonna start actually like looking at what's around me a little bit more so I can pick up some cool stuff.
Oh, it's too bad you can't pick up the ivy.
Oh yeah, true. That would be nice to have. Oh yes. Nice, that is going to look really good. Getting lots of stuff that's going to go into like bandit hideouts and things, I reckon. Oh,
yep, and the pickaxes for mining the stuff has been fixed, so.
Oh,
you can mine, yeah, so it's not a slog to use 2 pickaxes anymore.
Ooh, interesting. Okay then.
Yeah, because the change in the mining speed is actually a bug.
Ah, well, good they fixed that then.
Yep.
Wow. All right, I'm getting really full up. Let's see if I can drop some of this stuff. I don't want the pillar sections. They can go. I don't really need the dirt or the grass.
I'm gonna take these chains out. I'm gonna. Let's see here. Event. No, you're gonna want one of those. Oh, too bad you can't just take the trees too.
Oh man, how cool would that be if you could just like pick trees up?
I know. It's like a fully grown tree in your inventory.
Yeah. It'd be a very convenient way of carrying wood around.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling I'm gonna be doing a lot of falling through holes.
Yeah, most likely, considering you don't have a flying pack or anything.
Yeah, I'm cool with it though.
Sweet, more hive vents and things. This is good. I say, oh, what? There are different colors of the insect eggs. Ah, no. Just gonna like clog up spots in my inventory. Also, interestingly, the flying tunic kind of looks a little bit like a straitjacket.
Yeah, it looks kind of like fluffy around the collar too.
Yeah. A little bit weird, but oh well. Oh, we've got more hive vents. That's good. Get some of those.
Are you gonna want some of the sunstone?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I was gonna come back and grab. I think I'll grab that off camera though.
Okay, I'm
still
picking
recording
some
everything
right now.
Oh, cool.
So I'll just drop it off on your island when I'm done.
Sweet, thanks, man.
No problem. Definitely gonna need some more bloodstone, so.
It looks like I've got a couple of things.
So, do you know which biome usually has moss stone in it?
I'm actually not sure. I haven't checked the wiki for a little while, so I don't know.
Okay.
I would say the jungle though, the jungle or the Arctic, because it has been in the Arctic in the past. But you know, like I said, I haven't checked the wiki, so don't hold me to that.
Okay. Yeah, actually, just pull it up on my second monitor here.
Yeah, I would, but my recording software kind of gets a little bit cranky if I click outside the window, like. So I like the music going on in the background.
Yeah, same here. I only really use recording software for like bug reporting.
Right, yeah. Just so much cool stuff around here.
Yes, there is.
I'm so glad that you pointed out that we could pick the eggs and stuff up, because I was like, just completely oblivious for a second.
That's why I started watching some more of the streams, although they're like at the worst times of the day for the US.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty bad for Australia as well. They're usually like midnight.
It's usually right when I'm getting to work, and I was like, oh, okay.
That kind of makes it hard to watch.
Yeah. Watch it on the commute then.
Alright, I mean, if you don't mind, what I think I'll do is drop the group and head home for a second. I'll just dump a whole bunch of stuff and come back again.
Sure.
Cool. Alright, I will be back in like a minute or so.
Okay.
So we are now back on my home island, and that was awesome. There was a lot more footage of me going through and doing all of that, but basically it was just a lot of the same stuff that you guys have already seen. A huge thank you goes to Elliptical for coming along and helping out and picking up stuff, and also kind of holding the island open for me, and yeah, just allowing me to get a lot more out of it than I otherwise would have. Now, speaking of which, what we got out of this thing is we got 28 of these time-locked gear ambers that you can see here. Obviously, there's a little while after all of that, because these things have gone down to 4 hours now, and we've got a little while yet until those go up. I'm thinking I might leave them until tomorrow, and I might even make a video unlocking all of those at the same time. I might even grab a few extras around the place and see how many we can do in a short space of time. Now, so that's just this chest. Then we also got a whole bunch of different iron, so all of the weights pretty much have come from that adventure, which is awesome because I think I've got pretty much all of the iron colors now done in those weights, which is really cool. And then finally over here we have 4 chests full of stuff for the wastelands. And I mean, check this stuff out. So we've got a whole bunch of like barrels and things. I've had an idea now to do like a Smuggler's Cove type hidden entrance in like a big underground like Smuggler's type area. We've got some shelves, actually need a couple of those because we will be using those in the Lumostone puzzle that we're about to go through and do. And of course in here we've got some more stuff. We've got lots of banners and more barrels and lots of wall-mounted shields, which are going to be quite helpful, and plates and all sorts of stuff, and also some ladders. And then there are these guys. These guys are awesome. They are like ridiculously cool. They are light sources that are also bug gems. Check that out. How cool is that? We need to find a way of using these somewhere along the line in any of our builds because they just look so goddamn cool. I love them a lot. And then of course it keeps going, so we've got just a ton of skulls and things that we're going to put down in the boneyard in the next episode. We've also got some airship wreckage pieces and some insect stuff, some insect eggs, and some hive vents, which are going to be quite useful. And then we've also got these guys, which are large versions of the insect egg. Now, I hadn't even seen these out in Worlds up until this point, but yeah, check those out. Those are quite cool as well. So we're going to have to do like a cave system full of bugs or something, I reckon, at some point on the Wastelands Island, because we've got all of this stuff that we can do that with now. So we definitely need to go through and have a bit of a play around and try some of that stuff out. And then yeah, we've got a little bit of an overflow chest with a few extra bits and pieces. So yeah, obviously that was a great little exhibition out into the world. So now it is time to head back over. I'm going to go and publish that blueprint, the shop blueprint. We're then going to go ahead and actually make this thing. We're going to go over, I think, to the minigames island and build it up over there. But I need to go and gather a whole bunch of resources first. Make sure I've got everything we need to go ahead and do this. And I still have on this awesome jetpack. Check it out. It is just so cool. I don't ever want to lose this thing. It is just amazing. Alright, anyway, let's keep going. Let's gather up some resources and move on through. Alright, so here we go. I have pretty much everything I think I need to make this shop look as close as I can get it. So if we place this blueprint down, the blueprint itself is just the frame. There's not really anything else associated with it. So all we need to do is throw in a few inkwood blocks over there. And it's not even all that many inkwood blocks. And hit complete. And then bam, we actually have most of the shop set up. Now, the rest of the shop is all about the detail work. So we're going to put posts up in here. 1 and 2, just like that. And then we have these wooden sloped corners pieces that go up the side here. 1 there and 1 there. Then we also have 1 that goes in down the bottom, just like that. And looking at the image that I have, we also have a couple of shelves. So 1 goes that side and 1 goes that side. And then what do we got? We've got a couple of crates. 1 goes here and 1 goes there. And we're actually starting to get pretty close to the end of actually building up this shop. So the other things that we need are this guy. Now I need to just double check exactly where this guy goes. Let's just quickly check that out. That guy goes off of here, just like that. And this one goes off the other side at the same height. So obviously in the actual city, these I think are slightly wider and have the actual Lumo stone stuff on them, but we don't have any of that stuff, so we can't do any of that. So we're just gonna have to leave it as is. Then we're gonna throw in, whoops, that's not where that needs to go. We've got some hanging canopies that go up the top here. Now I didn't put any of these recipes into the actual thing because that would have made it really, really quite expensive, and it was already quite an expensive little beastie. So here we go. This is the shop, pretty much set up as it is in the actual world. The only thing that's different here is that in the world, this back section actually has a little plaque in it. So I'm going to fill that in with inkwood blocks, I think, and we're just going to leave it like that. And what it also means is I have a little bit of extra space. If I need to add in any extra Lumo stone elements, which, let's be honest, I'm probably going to have to put some more Lumo stone elements into this thing. Yeah, if I need to put those in, I can add them into this little recess that we've got going on in the back, where the Lumo stone kind of almost tutorial image is sitting on the actual island. So I'm going to go through and finish this guy up just by buttoning all this up. And then, of course, we need to go over, make up a whole bunch of Lumo stone and set it all down inside here as well. So I think once we've put these last couple of blocks in, we'll head over, I'll grab some Lumo stone and bring it back here and finish this guy off, make it actually look like the Lumo stone shop that it is. Ugh, and the pickaxe of long range. This is why I brought extra of pretty much everything. There we go. Alright, let's go grab some Lumo stone. Okay, and time for the finishing touches. We've got dart turrets and gates, a door and not gates. Plus we also have a simple gas lamp. Now, the gas lamp in the actual build is a little bit of a different color, but at this point in time, I don't really mind too much. I figured that is going to be perfect. So we're going to build up the door. Wow, okay, that kind of spawned a little bit more interestingly than I was expecting it to. I'm actually going to put down the AND gates and the NOT gates and things first, just because I want to have something that I can hook the dart turrets to as soon as I place them down, because I don't really want them going off in my face. That does not sound good at all. So we're going to throw that down there, that down there, that down there. Now there was a fourth one, and I believe the fourth one is out the front. Yes, so here we go. If we put the fourth one down, nope, that's not where I wanted that to go. Pick that back up and put it down on the ground under here. So that's all of the plates now put down, and we now need to put down all of our NOT gates. So all of our NOT gates go down along the front here, just like that. Beautiful. Okay, and now we're going to try putting down all of the turrets without dying, pretty much is the aim of this one. So one turret there, and I actually probably need to knock out a block here so I can get in and place the other turret there, just like that. Now this is where this kind of gets a little bit dangerous, so we're going to have to try and hook everything up before any of this kind of goes off in my face. Let's grab the Lumo wand out, and I think we'll try and hook up to... That's pressure plate, but that's fine. We're going to hook the one pressure plate up to every single one of the dart turrets that we put down, because, you know, that's not going to be devastating or anything, right? So there we go. Now those guys are all hooked up, which means they're not going to shoot me, which is a good start to the day. So also I'm going to pick up the door because we need to be able to get in this way and place these dart turrets down. Now, there's only one small detail here that I can't replicate from the original build, and that's the fact that these dart turrets in the City of First Light are actually powered the entire time. And you can tell that because they have the white actually appearing around them. But yeah, we can't do that here because if we did have them powered, they would be firing shots constantly, and that is not a good thing for this puzzle. So we're going to leave them unpowered or only powered by pressure plates for the time being. Also, this does mean that I'm basically down a pressure plate in my puzzle. So I've got 3 extra pressure plates. That pressure plate I think is just going to remain being the shot firing pressure plate. Although when I go through and do the puzzle, it is very likely that I am going to change all of the Lumo links around here, because I don't really want you guys knowing what this puzzle is going to be before I have actually built it. So this is probably going to be the Wednesday minigame is going to be this new puzzle that I've built up here, which is going to be the puzzle, the Lumo Stone shop puzzle. So here you go. This is it. That is the Lumo Stone shop set up and ready to go. Now all I need to do is stand about here, turn around, pull the wand into my hand, just like that. And let's take a quick look at this thing. Check it out. How cool is that? That is totally champion right there. That is exactly what we wanted this thing to look like. I am probably going to have to change wands though to take a photo of this, because of course you can see all of the lines and everything around me. But there you go. This is our very own version of the Lumo Stone shop. Now, unfortunately, I am really running out of time to record this episode. So this is going to have to be where we stop today. But that's okay, because I didn't really want to hook up the actual Lumo Stone puzzle on camera with you guys, because I want this to be a bit of a surprise. I want you to come through here and try this out for yourself. Obviously, like I said, I am probably going to end up putting more Lumo Stone gadgets up in the empty space up the back here, because, for example, there is no weight functions here right now. There is no weight blocks or Lumo Stone things right now, which means that puzzle making is going to be very difficult. And basically what I'd be restricted to is having something where you had to stand on a couple of different pressure plates at the same time, or, you know, basically doing like a time lock thing. Well, without a time lock, basically doing a multiple player lock. And I don't really want to do that. I really want to add a pressure plate and actually make this a little bit more of a puzzle and a little bit more interesting for you guys. So yeah, we probably, I think, like I said, I think this is where we're going to end today. I'm just making sure that I've used up everything that I wanted to use up, and I seem to have used them all up. So there you go. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I know this has been a bit of a different episode, a different building episode. But yeah, let me know what you have thought of today and what you think of the shop down in the description down below. And I will see you in the next video.